Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Taurus, please? Nine of Swords, Gemini energy at the foundation of the reading, Taurus. Taurus, I just did the Cancer reading, and I'm getting a similar energy here. There's been some sort of resistance in your life, Taurus. This has been showing up as you seemingly sabotaging your own path or doing things that aren't in alignment with your highest self. But recently, you've stepped into an energy where you've managed to overcome whatever these obstacles, hurdles, behavioral patterns, addictions, whatever it is. You've been able to overcome this. And now as you're looking back, reflecting on all that you've overcome to get to where you are now, which I feel is a good place. I feel that you are in an excellent space, Taurus, or this is the energy you're moving towards. But as you're looking back and you're reflecting over what was seemingly something that you were doing wrong, some sort of misstep, you're starting to see that there's this common denominator in all this. There's an energy that managed to influence how you were moving. For a lot of you, this is showing up as a family member. For some, an individual you work with. For others, a friend. Take it as it fits. It can really be anybody. But seemingly, this particular person was present during all your biggest struggles in your life. And of course, Taurus, you understand you need to take responsibility for your own actions and how you move. But you are very aware that had this person not have been interjecting their unsolicited advice, opinions, whatever it is on your moves, you may have not had to go through the struggles you did. More often than not these days, Taurus, once we cross over that threshold and manage to overcome whatever has been holding you back, you start to see very clearly what it was the entire time. What led to you eating poorly? What led to you drinking too much? What led to you having some stress? Whatever it is, you start to realize that had that common denominator been removed from the equation, you might not have had to walk this alternate path. It's just an overall energy of being influenced down a path that you were never meant to tread down, Taurus, or you being influenced down an alternate path away from your intended destiny. It's an energy of walking in the opposite direction of your north node. However, you also start to recognize how all of this actually had to happen this way because there's something that you've managed to gain from all of this that you wouldn't have had you not have gone through this particular cycle of struggles. So now as you move forward, empowered, having overcome the difficulties of this previous karmic cycle, you recognize that you are armed with something that cannot be bought, Taurus. You have a certain level of wisdom inside your tool belt. You have something that you didn't otherwise have before you went through these struggles. And I know this energy. You get to a point where you actually thank the enemy, thank the resistance, whatever it is in your life. This is a really great space to be in because this means that you've reached a level of mastery. It's a level of peace. It's also a level of forgiveness within self. You've mastered yourself to a certain degree here, Taurus, and you're ready for the next evolution of your life, or rather the next revolution of your life. This Nine of Swords at the foundation is representing an energy of failure. Failure in keeping you in the dark and engaged in the illusion, Taurus. These energies are now having to lie in the bed they made for you. This is very similar to the Cancer reading I just did, so there may be some messages in there for you. Typically, there will be. I'll do these zodiac signs in clusters, and they all have very similar messages that weave throughout. But it makes sense because this is in the collective right now. Energies receiving back their karma in accordance with what they put you through in your life. The energy in the collective right now is the enemy having to lie in the bed they made for all of you, Taurus. There's an energy that I'm picking up from you of victory. Victory over the previous cycle. 9 of Cups. Pisces energy standing directly in your power, moving forward. There's an energy of passion that you are now encompassing after breaking out of this previous karmic cycle that I feel had you in a place of lack, but emotional lack. You're really feeling down on yourself while you're around these energies, Taurus. You're starting to see now that these were all projections. It wasn't even your energy. You see, when we're around people that are so low vibrational, it's a lot easier for our vibration to lower to match theirs than it is for their vibration to raise up and match ours. Think about the evolution that you've had to go through, Taurus, to raise your vibration. Now think about how easy it would be to go back to all that you've left behind. Pretty easy, right? So this is a really good lesson in discernment around who you surround yourself with moving forward, Taurus. It's absolutely crucial, especially for you, Taurus. The universe wanted to really focus on that energy in your life. Give you this wisdom moving forward, which is telling me that you will be faced with similar cycles in the future. But as long as you step in accordance with your true north and you keep this wisdom close to you, this discernment, you'll be fine. But it was very important that you went through these cycles for something that you're going to come up against in the future, Taurus. And I feel that on the other side of this is something quite remarkable. It's like there's these little benchmarks that you have to overcome on your path that have this similar energy in them. You're always going to be tested, Taurus. But if you're very mindful and you don't forget where you've come from, you really have nothing to worry about. The stagnation will start to become something of comedy. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. The star at the solar plexus, Aquarius energy. And this is representing exactly what I was speaking about, Taurus. Something remarkable. The energy I'm looking at on this table is somebody who's had to overcome a great deal to get to this star energy. Whatever this represents for you, Taurus, this star energy, it's an overall energy of hope, some sort of miracle taking place in your life, something that you hold very close, very dear to you, a goal, something you want to achieve. It's right here. It's staring at me. But as you can see, this 9 of Swords is sticking out like a sore thumb right there at the foundation of the reading. So this is representing everything you've had to overcome, and now those energies in that particular space that they had prepared for you. It takes confidence within yourself, Taurus, to pull this off, to listen to this inner calling, to push forward and not allow the resistance to stand in your way. People love to keep a Taurus down, love to feed off of the idea of what Taurus could become had they not have stood in the way. Makes people feel powerful to know that they could hold you back, Taurus, because of all that you could accomplish. Truly is a diabolical way of thinking. But this is a sickness that runs throughout this world and really has since the beginning of time. Yes, it's a form of narcissism, but even narcissism has its source. Its devil energy is really what it comes down to. It just has different ways of showing up in each one of our individual lives. But the way it's been showing up in your life, Taurus, is by turning you into the opposite of what you're meant to become. Nothing. That's what they wanted to turn you into. absolutely nothing because of everything you're going to accomplish. And Taurus, you already know what it is you're going to accomplish. All you need is the confidence to push past these energies and accept the truth as to what's been taking place in your life. There's been a push-pull energy inside the Taurus collective. Some of you have been getting cold feet. You start heading towards your purpose and then something knocks you back. And I feel it's an individual or individuals. It's some sort of outside influence. What it comes down to, Taurus, is it just being some sort of byproduct of the illusion, the matrix that surrounds all of us. All of us, in some capacity, deal with this struggle, this resistance. It just shows up in different areas of each one of our lives based off of our own individual insecurities or lack of self-confidence, which is actually all a result of the energies that are trying to keep us in place anyway. It's like you've been birthed into a family of karmics, demons, and now you have to play some sort of mental mind game to release yourself from the restrictions that they've placed upon you. What do we have at the heart, please? Justice, Libra energy at the heart. And here it comes, Taurus, the balancing of the scales. It's also an energy of you seeing the truth. See, the truth comes to you once you self-empower, once you let go and you start seeing things from this different vantage point. You start shedding all of this karmic energy up off you and you start to see the truth and how there was this dynamic of cause and effect at play here. Cause and effect goes along perfectly with what I was saying at the beginning of the reading. That had these energies not have been a part of the equation, you might not have had to go through this. Justice at the heart. This is also you bringing this heart chakra energy into balance and letting go of all of this, unblocking your heart chakra, not holding on to any sort of resentment and bitterness because you're not living the life that you're supposed to be living. Instead, you take the bull by the horns, your own horns, because you are the bull, and you charge forward and take control over your own life. And anybody who tries to interject with their opinions or their unsolicited advice will be caught with a mouth full of dust as you watch them get smaller and smaller in your rearview mirror, metaphorically speaking. I think you get what I'm trying to put down here, Taurus. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. Temperance, Sag energy. First thing I thought about when I looked at this card was you leaving this energy behind, right? It's like, there they are. No, Taurus, you can't do that. You can't do that. And you're just remaining balanced on path. In this energy of purpose, meaning, healing, at the throat. So shutting down any sort of opinions, negative projections, balancing yourself and shutting out what does not support you moving forward. It's just bringing an overall sense of balance into your life, Taurus. This is also representing an energy of self-control, so take it as it fits. See, one of the traits of shadow Taurus is not being able to practice self-control. And this goes for any zodiac sign. All the shadow attributes of your sign are exactly what you need to overcome to self-empower. So for Taurus, you need to overcome the shadow aspect of lacking self-control. And what we'll find is the individuals that you're leaving behind try to bring that out in you. They want to bring out the shadow aspects of you to keep you stuck. Once you start to see this, once you start to charge forward on your path, Taurus, and you start to see this truth, it will blow your mind because you'll start to see that just about every single person that was in your life was trying to bring out at least one shadow aspect of your particular zodiac sign. And why? Well, Taurus, that's very simple. Because they're threatened by you. They're envious of you. They're jealous of you. So rather than go through awakenings of their own, they'd rather sell themselves out and you and invest all of their time in trying to hold you back. What do we have at the third eye, please? Ace of Swords. Victory at the third eye. Exactly what I was picking up on earlier on in the reading. Victory over your waking life, your reality, third eye energy. So you're seeing clearly now as well. Goes along perfectly with what I just said. You start to see this. You start to see how this energy was playing out in your life. You start to also understand that it's all a part of your path. It's all a part of your purpose. You were meant to run this cycle, but you're also meant to accept the truth. It's all a part of this lesson that we need to learn for evolution's sake. We are little brain cells living inside the universe. We learn lessons for the greater good of the collective and the expansion of the universe. Little old you, Taurus, you are all a piece of this grand design, the grand design of evolving the world around you. So don't for 1 minute think that you are insignificant, because you're much more important than you could ever begin to possibly imagine. There's something so much bigger at play in all of our lives, beyond what our minds can even begin to conceive. But the most important thing that we can possibly do right now is just move in power and purpose. Be happy. Live an abundant life. Take victory over any stagnation and be the best possible version of yourself you can be, Taurus. This is what it's all about. You're not here to be miserable. You're here to be the happiest you can possibly be, surrounded by abundance in whatever form you define it to be. What do we have at the crown, please? Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the crown. Goes along perfectly with what I just said. This is the energy you should be moving in, Taurus. Very enthusiastic. It's an energy of exploration. See, these energies wanted you stuck. It's like an energy of apathy, just completely bored with life. What's it all for anyway kind of energy. You are a child of the universe. This is how you're to move. This is how you're to perceive your life at all times. Free-spirited and passionate about building your life, your future, whatever it is you're trying to do, Taurus. Charge towards this. Anything that's trying to tell you you can't do this needs to be released immediately. What do we have at the foundation, please? Wow. The Tower, Aries energy, Visago. So Taurus, this is the basic narrative in the top row. These next few cards are the resistance, the shadow energy. This energy right here is an energy that's trying to avoid any sort of change. This is the energy they wanted you in. Wanted you to be afraid to evolve and align and walk in this energy of power and purpose. This is the energy that's being exposed in your life. It's like you're letting go of some sort of false security, just waking up to the truth. A lot of the time when we're breaking out of these cycles, though we want the change, it just seems like it's too hard to actually accomplish. But then as you start to charge forward and you start crossing over into this new season, this new timeline, you start to look back and there's a moment where you actually get kind of scared because you can't believe that you actually escaped that energy. You start to have this mindset shift. You start to see that you were essentially a prisoner. Your mind was being controlled, making you feel as if there's no way to ever get away from that energy or bring through some sort of positive change in your life. And I know this energy so well. When I was in some of the karmic cycles I was in, I didn't see a way out, or I was scared of change. I just didn't know how to move. But then once the universe started working in my life to bring through this change, because I was never meant to be there for an extended period of time, I started to look back, and there was a sense of fear that came over me because I started to see how truly diabolical and manipulative that energy really was, and that I barely escaped. What do we have at the sacral, please? Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Ammon. Goes along perfectly with everything I just said. They wanted to scatter all your energy and keep you in this space of instability, just complete disorder around you so you couldn't see the truth and charge forward. Always feeling overwhelmed with something or struggling to bring any sort of positive change into your life. They were happy to have you in that energy, Taurus. This energy is a byproduct of your environment. This is what you see. This is what you understand now. It's not you. You were made to think that it was you. But once you removed yourself from the equation, you started to see that everything about your life became better. Everything changed. And everything in the lives of those you left behind remained exactly the same. Or, in some cases, it got worse. Because now there's exposure that they have to face off with in the wake of you having moved on. What do we have at the solar plexus? Ooh, death, Lucifer, Scorpio energy. This is death in reverse. Exactly what I was just talking about. This is this energy of stagnation, inertia, feeling like you're stuck, like you can't move. It's like you can taste the transformation. You can taste the new timeline, energetically calling out your name. Taurus, Taurus, come this way. Happiness and abundance awaits you. You're like, what? Where's that coming from? That's that true heart's desire calling out to you, Taurus, begging you to bring forward this change in your life, overcoming this resistance, and allowing hope to flood back through as a means to revitalize you so you can charge forward. What do we have at the heart, please? Berith, which is the King of Pentacles, catastrophe and haste. This is them. Very domineering and very controlling. This is the energy you're overcoming. Very greedy kind of energy. Just very corrupt. No courage at all. Very boring, right? This is what they wanted to turn you into. This is what you would have become, Taurus. Right? Just bitter and hateful. They wanted you to become exactly what they are, which represents everything that they never accomplished in their life because they were too scared to. I just started to get this weird taste in my mouth. I feel like this person puts a bad taste in your mouth. And then we have Sahia, which is the Six of Wands, Leo energy, longevity. So again, an energy of victory, victory, victory. Right here at the heart, having let go. You're not holding on to this. You're charging forward. What do we have at the throat, please? Temperance stacked with temperance. Out of all those cards, I'm on my fourth deck of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there at the throat. Sag energy. Chawokia, the god of joy. Reconciliation. Regains the favor of those one has offended. It's like an energy of you coming into alignment with your higher self and entering into a space of forgiveness from within. It's like an energy of forgiving yourself for not accepting the truth sooner, holding yourself back, really being your own worst enemy, because the truth I feel was in front of your face the entire time. You just couldn't accept it. You couldn't believe it. We all go through this, Taurus. It's okay, but it's important moving forward. You don't allow the same things you've overcome to hold you back again, because like I was saying earlier on in the reading, you will be tested again. There's always going to be some sort of disruptive energy, some sort of chaos they send your way, which should be a very clear indication of just how threatening your path truly is to these other individuals. What do we have at the third eye, please? Queen of Pentacles, Mebahia, the eternal God. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Intellectual lucidity provides consolation and compensations. The eternal God. Here you are, Taurus, on this new timeline, this energy of stability, security, complete change of circumstances, no longer dealing with these imbalances in your careers, your living situation, your relationships, whatever it is that you've had to overcome. Everything is made right again. What do we have at the crown, please? What do we have at the crown, please? The Lovers. Haniel. Joy of God. Brings happiness to couples, removes negative energy. This card in a reading like this is symbolizing alignment with your higher self. Like I was saying, it's this energy of forgiveness. You understanding that you were being your own worst enemy by allowing these energies to hold you back. You now calibrate with your higher self, with source energy. You see your way forward. There's this energy of rescuing yourself, Taurus. Being your own hero. I just heard that so clearly. Be your own hero, Taurus. That really says it all. Taurus, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Taurus. Take care.